Today I learned that Drew Goddard, the creator of Netflix Daredevil, is directing the new Matrix movie. What a spiral from wiki walking! I have loved the Matrix from the beginning for sparking imagination. Quite a few times I'm reminded of it when I look out at the 30-story office building opposite our society, built in a trinity, reflecting the rising sun into our kitchen. So, I was triggered about the Matrix movies by some sort of mental gymnastics that were going on in my brain, and that's why I thought, why not reminisce about the roots of action sci-fi with that 1999 masterpiece by the Wachowski brothers, or now sisters. So, when Matrix came out, virtual reality and living in computers uh, was already explored in science fiction for a bit, but not at that level at which alternate realities were presented as fact. Uh, I think that was one of the main things that set the Matrix apart from its predecessors or its contemporary sci fi movies. And Avatar has, of course, taken it to a different level by letting the body of the character be aware that it is in another body, uh, conscience sharing with consent, maybe. But I think Matrix stands alone because it focused solely on humans in a real world setting, which gave us food for thought. And that is what science fiction should do. So, that is what I was sort of keeping in the back of my mind when I was writing An Android Awoke, which is my latest science fiction book set on Earth, Moon, and Mars. And the basic point of contention is that a new element has been discovered on Mars, which is uh, quite conveniently, I have named it Martium, and it might give us the possibility of faster than light travel. Okay, so that sort of glimpse into the future or hope for the future, which is why I follow 6Rsm, uh, is what I think should be the underlying force of science fiction. So let's talk about Star Wars as a sort of inspiration for folk. Good will always defeat evil. So if you consider space operas to be uh, not a reflection for society but a distant future template for society to base itself around, then I think Star Wars is a good example because uh, ignoring the alien part, in fact, technically, humans who will be born on other heavenly bodies will be aliens as far as the Earth context is concerned, right? Because they will not be technically of Earth. Uh, and I think that sort of a future will come about if we start as a species thinking about extraterrestrial exploration, and efforts are once again resumed. I'm happy to see 50 years after we went to the moon, which is a long time indeed. uh, it's better to avoid war and conflict over here and instead collaborate on breaching the boundaries of our little fragile blue planet, because resources are going to get in short supply in the future, no doubt. Because as I've said in my Marvel Daredevil review, we are all conshumans. Every human is a consumer, and being consumers is not only about uh, online shopping or buying the latest gadgets or the latest cars or uh, anything. It's about being alive. If you are alive, you are consuming natural resources from the moment you're born, and that is why giving a little bit of thought to how we consume those resources would be a good plan for the future. Many people and many great organizations are already doing awesome max things for that, and I'm happy that even I have plans to contribute to that. But as I always say, the past is history, the future is a mystery. So, coming from the Matrix springboard in my mind, I think that was a dystopian future in which, of course, artificial intelligence has enslaved humanity as a power source, tying into the natural resources depletion thing I was talking about. Matrix Resurrections, I think, tried to cram a little too much of everything into one sequel. So it could have benefited from some spacing out of the main points rather than, as I said, cramming them all in. And I hope that Drew Goddard, spiraling back to the beginning, I think Drew Goddard should be able to portray a better sequel or a better future for the Matrix franchise, and doesn't take away my love for the first two movies, especially. In even the third one, I think, was a bit of a hurried wrap-up affair. So rather than going in for a blockbuster movie, which has its own logistics and its own economics, maybe a series along the lines of Animatrix, because Animatrix was also a very nice compilation of shorts from the Matrix universe. So it could be animated, that brings down costs, and it ropes in younger viewers who will watch cartoons all day long. I mean, don't get me wrong, I myself have watched cartoons when I was a child. Pink Floyd keeps coming back to mind. But then again, I will say that humanity shall overcome. We have overcome lots before, and I'm hopeful that we will be able to work together to achieve some lofty, literally lofty space exploration goals. SpaceX is doing a great job setting the example, absolutely, the Uber example for reusable rocketry, and that is something that will require a lot of, well, experimentation, which is what happened with the latest Starship flight. It blew up, just as it was into its upward flight. I forgot what it's called. Okay, but forgetting is human, and to err is human as well. So with that, I will call this morning vlog to an end, and I just recorded the reviews of the first two episodes of Marvel's Daredevil Born Again. So check those out if you like Marvel, and check out my space exploration videos if you like science and cutting edge science at that, because I think spaceflight is at least practically the culmination, or rather the next stepping stone of technological progress. The other, of course, the next one will be living on other space body, heavenly bodies, as they are, as I refer to them, even though I have been conditioned not to I have conditioned myself not to get into the heaven hell realms of debate. Alright, so there is a frog in my throat, as is a dialogue in Baby's Day Out, which I have been watching with Advitya, my little baby daughter, for whom I have high hopes for the future. Again, shout out to Pink Floyd, shout out to all the awesome Max science fiction writers, Douglas Adams, Isaac Asimov, Heinlein, Clarke, and I wish, that my science fiction writing with An Android Awoke and of the upcoming An Android Dreamt, and then I think I'll name the third of the trilogy An Android Slept, because you awake and you are not sure whether you are in a dream or in reality, Matrix, and then of course you go to sleep again. So with the circadian rhythm waking up with the summer onset in the northern hemisphere, I bid you adieu, and thank you so much for paying attention and giving me your precious time as I meander through the labyrinth that is my mind. And please do share in the comments what you think. And let's see how the rest of the day, the week, the month, the years, the decades, the centuries go by. Alright then, I'm Akshat bidding you goodbye, good day, take care, and stay safe.